Known for the stormy skies that frequent the territories throughout the year,
I hope I don't poop in my pants. That's all I gotta say.
It's also a region once defined by the rise of an angsty subculture.
So tonight is controversy.
And known around the globe as a beacon of technological innovation.
In 1990, I used to be a big fan of Twin Peaks, the show.
Yeah, that's right.
Barb Pexa is taking you on this once-in-a-lifetime journey. Whether finding your next home, your favorite venue, or simply living your American dream, you can do it in the Pacific Northwest. From the Puget Sound to the Cascade Mountains to the booming metropolis of Seattle, there's a little something for everyone.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about the show? It's totally unscripted.
Thanks for coming.
It is freezing.
I'm sure it's a little bit colder than San Diego,
Absolutely.
isn't it?
I don't know if I have enough warm or close on me, but we'll do what we can, right?
We'll just do our best. I thought we'd start here. This is here the home of the Snoqualmie Falls at the Salish Lodge. It's one of the most visited spots in all of the greater Seattle area. And one of my favorites is back in 1990, I used to be a big fan of Twin Peaks, the show.
Yeah, that's right.
It's gotten a great cult following, and I think it's really cool, kind of dark and stormy and funky Pacific Northwest. So I thought we'd check it out.
Awesome, that's it.
Okay. One of my favorite things to bring all my new clients to here is the falls. I think it's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's so picturesque, the scenery itself. I love it.
It is. So right down here we've got the main falls.
Okay.
It falls way, way, way down there. The water is really flowing at a high rate today because we've had a lot of rain in the area. And it's really beautiful. From these windows right here at the Salish Lodge, you can have a really fantastic meal. The Salish is a high-end luxury boutique hotel.
Very nice.
No, just find the light in honesty, 'cause I've never been good at telling stories. Yeah, we're gonna ride this wave until it breaks. We're gonna drive all day. We're gonna ride this wave until it breaks. All I know, yeah, all I know.
All right, Barb, this has been a beautiful experience. Thank you so much for showing me this.
You're welcome.
I'm excited to see what else Seattle has to offer. What do you got for me?
Next, we're going to head down to Seattle on Lake Union, and we're going to hit up Gasworks Park. I've never totally understood why it's so famous, but it is where we have our 4th of July fireworks every year, and everybody loves it.
Okay, I'm down to check it out.
Okay, let's go check it out.
Welcome back. We're taking you on a tour of one of the coolest locations in the United States, the Pacific Northwest. One of the great things about this show is you learn all about the cities you thought you already knew. I mean, I had no idea Twin Peaks was shot right outside of Seattle. Next up, Barb is taking us on a tour around Gasworks Park. Check it out.
All right, this is pretty amazing, but what the heck is it?
You know, it's pretty interesting. This is an old site of the Seattle Gas Company.
Okay.
And they've turned it into a really popular Seattle park. We have our 4th of July fireworks here.
Very cool, very cool. And it's nice view of downtown Seattle.
Yep, this area right here is called South Lake Union.
Perfect.
And part of the reason they have the fireworks here is it's surrounded by water, so the water's just packed with boats. People come here, they can be underneath the fireworks.
Okay.
And of course, you know the company Amazon.
Of course, everybody does.
Yeah, our headquarters are right down here.
Very nice, and it feels like a movie like Sleepless in Seattle, right?
Yeah,
Got that feel?
Well, you're right. So if you look out here along all these floating houseboats out there, those are the sorts of homes that Sleepless in Seattle were filmed on. And another thing that downtown Seattle is well known for that's fairly unique.
Yeah, for sure. It's that unique look of real estate, and also just like the atmosphere is a different change from what I'm used to anyway in San Diego, right?
So yeah, I think it's a really cool part of Seattle. It's artistic and edgy and industrial. Oh my God, is that a drone up there?
Where? Oh, yeah.
Did somebody crash their drone on it? Found a piece of equipment to lose. Hey Diane, and this is the house I've been talking about, wanting to show you.
Very nice.
We are up here in Bellevue on Cougar Mountain.
Okay.
And this home is built by the Buchan builders, and they're a real classic traditional builder in Seattle. They do mostly high-end listings.
I've noticed, it's got that classic look to it, right? The vintage, but also traditional form of it.
It's very traditional. They make it just modern enough. With all the great top-of-the-line appliances and fixtures, but in a very traditional mode. But hands down, my favorite space in this house is the outdoor living room.
Of course, nice.
As you know, we're in Seattle and we get a lot of rain. So I think all home builders should put these outdoor living rooms in their houses. It's got
covered all the way through. Oh, that's cool.
Covered all the way through, gas fireplace, gas heaters. And a 48-inch grill with hood system, which is fantastic.
What type of buyer do you see purchasing this home?
My guess is probably a family, something like that. But with the main floor ensuite room, we can also have
like a
multi-generational living.
Perfect.
Which is really big in these, I would say, these days in this part of the country.
All right, Barb, rumor has it that you do something special for your buyers. What is it?
We cater and host our buyers' housewarming parties as their thank you present for choosing to work with our team. I come from the restaurant business, and it was a perfect carryover for high-end customer service, sociability. It's just the highlight of their process, we think. We send out the invitations, we send out the thank you cards, we get to mingle and meet all of their favorite family and friends, and it's really a lot of fun. Sometimes we have a little bit too much fun, but that's how we think we have a great customer base.
Well, nothing like, you're working with these clients and buyers, right? So you get to know them in the process of buying their home. So what better way than to throw them a party in their housewarming party?
We could not agree more. And it seems almost sacrilegious not to take that process all the way through and help them celebrate. We cater it, we bring wine, we bring Prosecco, we do a toast. We even have cute little aprons we've made with our team logo and our names. So we really have a lot of fun with it.
Good for you, that sounds great.
Yeah.
We live just at the trailhead of one of the many trails that run along Cougar Mountain. And you walk among huge maples and evergreens. Maple leaves as big as your head, they're just giant. This home, which sits on Cougar Mountain, 1,000 feet above Lake Sammamish, and with a beautiful view of a 10,700-foot volcano called Mount Baker, which is snow-covered year-round. I love to write thrillers that are really a combination of really good stories, interesting characters, very dynamic human conflict, but also on the edge of science. And the Seattle area is very vital to that, with the University of Washington, with the Primate Research Center, with the very modern architecture that blends in with the very old architecture. It provided a very good setting, and you could really get the feel of Seattle and the surrounding area. But also, it entered into the conflict and the challenges of, trying to move across all those different terrains and meet some of the challenges that we set up in the book. You could almost feel the oxygen levels go up and the stress levels go down. And that is how I would sell Seattle to someone just coming in.
That house is so cool. Right up on the hill overlooking Lake Sammamish, that's got to be one of the best locations on the block. It just has such a thriller feel to it. It all makes sense as to why Steve Hadden chose that location. Speaking of which, if you haven't seen his novels, go check them out. I know I will. Who doesn't love a thriller? Next up, we're checking in on one of our partners in your area. Hit it.
Hi everyone, Amy Lippincott here. We're here at one of my favorite local spots, Gourmand Kitchen. So come on in, I'll show you what it's all about. Thanks so much for being on the show today. So tell us a little bit about this gym here.
Okay, this is a Gourmand Kitchen restaurant. It's my restaurant, my first restaurant. It's located on Cypress Creek Lake, city of Cypress, Texas. We are a family-owned restaurant. We try to bring to the table all the freshness, all the main local resources, because I have a young kids and it's very difficult to have a fresh and healthy food. So I try to feed them with that. I say, we don't have nothing here, so let me try. And it's done. We start open just for lunchtime, then jump to dinner time, and now we have a brunch also.
One of the things we love about coming here, we come all the time. We've seen a lot of growth. When we first started coming, there weren't very many people in the restaurant, and we came last Sunday and it was almost full. So tell us a little bit about your growth.
Yeah, the restaurant has 1 year already, so the people about the town start to know about us. We have a very unique menu. Everyone say that, but it's a really different menu.
Yes.
I try to bring all the healthy resources with a nice flavor to the table. And the guests start to show up more and more. Word of mouth work very well with us.
So one of the things we like about this place is that it is local, and we like to support people who actually live in the community. And so we know that you live here in the community also. And has that been good for business?
Oh yes, very good. So I live in Cypress Creek Lake, so it's like 3 blocks away from here. So I have a community support. All the schools, the church, they show up all the time and ask me, they really help us because we are in the community. So it's like the community that serves us.
So one of my favorite things on your menu is your Brussels sprouts with the grits. We have that every time we come.
It was my grandma's recipe. In Argentina, I'm from Argentina, so in Argentina it's very difficult for the kids to eat polenta, which is the grits in Spanish. My grandma started to put things on top. So one of the things is a Brussels at that time. So it's like I really like it. So it's the only way I can eat, polenta. Yes. So it's a very full. It's a family style restaurant. So I try to bring all my old recipes, and the people really love it.
And we like steak night.
Every Wednesday I have a steak night. I have different combinations, a lot of veggies in the menu too.
So one of the things I love here is that when you walk in the door, I feel like everybody knows your name, kind of the cheers mentality. But we've come for happy hour a couple times, and I know you have some good specialty drinks.
We make caipirinhas. Caipirinha is made with the rum from Brazil. It's a Brazilian rum. I have mojitos with different flavors, like strawberry mojitos. We use different ingredients, like fresh ingredients. We cut fresh every day. So it's not the difference, but it's a big difference.
Yes.
You cannot see on the drink, but when you taste it, you can feel it.
Yep, you can definitely taste it. So your food is very familiar, yet comforting. So tell me a little bit about the different flair that it brings.
We define the restaurant with the American food, new American food. So, and also we add European spices, so all Mediterranean spices. We add in, I'm from Argentina, South America, so all the immigrants coming from Europe. So we have a lot of European things in my culture. So I try to bring to the dish.
Thank you so much for joining us here in Cypress, Texas. We'll see you next time on The American Dream.
Take it all in. The hearts have spoken. Let it begin.
Hey, Mark.
ready to fly?
We're ready to fly.
Right.
How's this gonna go? Can you tell us how this is gonna go today?
You're each going to be tied together with a professional certified tandem instructor.
Good to know.
One-on-one. You're in front, the instructor's in back, and you are going to fly off this mountain, Poo-Poo Point in Issaquah, out into the blue yonder.
You ready?
I hope I don't poo-poo my pants. That's all I gotta say. How high are we?
We're at 1,700 feet over the valley, 1,800 foot mean sea level. It's a beautiful view today. It's a great day to fly.
The sun came out first. We're pretty excited.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Thanks
Yeah.
so much for let's do this.
To call home. We had a moonlight, a midnight blue. Into the silence we echo through. I've been waiting for so long just to find you. Just to find you. Steady.
Barb invited us here to jump off of this cliff, so we're all here together right now.
Waiting for that
Frozen,
moment.
but loving it.
We're gonna repay the favor by having Barb come out to our party tonight, Controversy, Beyonce vs. Rihanna, and we're gonna dance all night long. Yes, this is Black Gatsby, and I'm Disco
She
Shrine.
is so extra right now.
And we
Cut that last part. Cut that last part.
I'm Disco Shrine, and we are signing off the mountain like, hey.
Into the silence we echo through. I've been waiting for so long just to find you. Just to find, just to find, just to find you. Just to find.
Nope, won't, couldn't, I can't. Jump off a mountain? Diane, major kudos to you. I'm proud beyond words. While I catch my breath, we're sending you over to another expert in your market. Let's go.
Hey American Dreamers, this is Alex Disaggio, and for my segments on the American Dream, I'm going to be giving you tips and tricks on how you can get closer to your American Dream faster. So stick with me because today I've got a good one. Today's tip is about not settling. As Americans, it's in our DNA to strive for more. The first pilgrims who came over here, the first Americans that crossed the seas and went on that treacherous journey, left the comfort of the unknown in search of something greater, in search of something more. Why did they do this? They wanted more. More life, more liberty, more religious freedom, the pursuit of happiness. And they called these people settlers? No, my friends, these people were more than settlers. They were overachievers. They were dreamers. They were visionaries. They refused to settle. And to illustrate my point today, I'm taking you someplace special. West University, Texas, affectionately known as West U. Bloomberg said it was the 11th most wealthiest place in the United States, and USA Today ranked it as the #1 best place to live in all of America. Today, we're here at West U. Living in West U is synonymous with living the American dream, with most homes selling in the millions on these beautiful canopy tree-lined streets. There's high-end shopping nearby in Rice Village, which is also home to Rice University, one of Houston's most prestigious colleges. There's great schools, shopping, parks. There's never a shortage of things to do around West University. As a real estate broker, I help many people buy and sell in West U. And there's one thing that all home buyers and sellers in West U have in common. They refuse to settle. They expect nothing less than the best. And why should they? You don't become a home buyer or seller in one of the most expensive cities in the city of Houston by settling for less. If there's one thing that all successful people have in common, they know that good is the enemy of great. And great is the country of America. Great is the city of West U. And you don't get to live in a city like West U by settling. So I've got a question for you, America. Are there any areas in your life where you might be settling? And while you're thinking about that, let me provide a few more things for you to ponder. Life is short and getting shorter by the second. We all have goals and dreams, but for most people, dreams never become reality. People coast through life saying one day or next year, but next year never comes, and it goes before you know it, it's been 10 years. Your dreams aren't even dreams anymore. You've come to the conclusion that this is as good as it gets, and you've resigned to the cards that life has dealt you. But successful people don't deal with the cards they were dealt. They're the ones dealing the cards. And they don't settle for the first hand they're dealt. They keep shuffling until they win. I'm trying to get you pumped up, America. Stop taking what you get and start making what you get. Listen, settling isn't only about expecting the best out of others, but it's also about expecting the best out of yourself. You can't expect the best if you're not giving it your best. Whatever you want, go after it with all you have, and settle for nothing less than complete success. If you're hearing this, then this is your wake-up call. There's no dream that's dead until you are. So this is your time. This is your year. This is your American dream. And I'm telling you, go out there and get it.
Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. I'm just doing what I do. Won't stop doing what I do. Can't stop me now. Ain't backing down. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. I'm just doing what
This makes me want to move to Seattle. It's awesome and it checks all the boxes. Scenic, Twin Peaks, jumping off mountains, beautiful parks, and some of the coolest nightlife. Sign me up.
I won't stop doing what I do.